for Transformation Tuesday, which, by the way, takes place the first Tuesday of every month. And given that this is the new year, and we often hear that phrase, new year, new you. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is all BS. I know it sounds nice and it's really cute and a cliche, but every moment we can be born anew. It could be when school starts. I remember growing up celebrating the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, was September, and that's when we would start the new year. You could do the Chinese New Year in February. The fact that we changed the calendar from December 31st to January 31st, January 1st, means nothing unless you shift your perception of yourself. And that's what this call is going to be about. We are going to talk about your intentions. And it is so important in life that everything you do is purposeful, that you are intending what you want to co-create, rather than making things happen and letting things happen to you. You are tuning in and aligning with the vision for your life and allowing that to come through so that you don't sabotage yourself and get off track. So that's my goal for you. So before we do that, I just want to take a moment just to center in. So what we're going to do is we're just going to uncross our legs and put our hands, palms facing up. And if you will with me, just take some deep breaths. Just close your eyes. And just let go of all of the activities of the day. Let go, even if you can, of the mind chatter. Let go of all the distractions and multitasking. And just allow yourself to right here and right now be still. Be available. Be open and receptive to your good. Each one of you is here and you've come on this Transformational Tuesday because you are ready to allow, to receive your visions in your career, in your health, in your spiritual growth, in your business, in your abundance, in your personal life. That everything that you desire is within your reach, and you can tap into it and allow it right here and right now. Allow yourself to take another breath. This time of gratitude, this time of thanksgiving for all the blessings that you have, for all the support that you have, and for all the support that you're creating in your life, because I believe we co-create our lives. And allow this breath to sustain you, to expand your consciousness, to take in even more good. And so with this breath, we're going to breathe in and let go. And open our eyes and stretch out like a cat or a dog, depending on your preference. And just smiling, feeling good. I see some people are trying to video in. This is actually just a video out thing. It's distracting me, but I'm going to try to see if I can close it. So, okay, you're still with me. So today what we're going to do is we are going to first, before we even go into setting our intentions, is just to make sure that we're clear and clean on the past. Because what I've had in years past is I've had residual guilt or shame or fear from past years that actually slowed me down. So it was like I was like mud going through the new year, and I wasn't able to move forward powerfully because of the past that was holding on. So we're going to let go of that. Number two is we are going to learn, or I'm going to share with you, some techniques that you're going to be able to manifest your intentions faster and easier. Now, when I say faster and easier, some of you are saying, but I don't want it to be easy. If it's no pain, no gain, if we don't work hard and sacrifice and suffer, well, that's okay if that's what you want. If you're on the sacrifice and suffer program, I may not be the right coach for you because that's not my role. My role is to teach you the Success with Ease and Grace program, which I wrote about in my book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict, co-author Adole O'Dunton, the amazing Adole O'Dunton. And I'm going to share some of those principles with you tonight. And then finally, what we're going to do is I'm going to answer some questions and answers. If for some reason you're tuning in on the phone, you can write me a Facebook message on Deborah Deras, an inbox message, or you can just comment on my wall if you'd like under the teleconference, and I'll be answering questions at the very end around 7:45. So how does that sound? Good? Okay, so let's start with number one, letting go of the past. So when you look back on 2014, and sometimes it helps to close our eyes again. You can keep them open or closed, but definitely keep your palms on your lap face up. So just do a big picture overview of 2014. And I'm sure there were very many wins and wonderful things. But where we really learn and grow is from our challenges, right? Not that things need to be painful, but that's where we have the most expansion. So when you look back on your year, what is one word that comes to your mind? One word that comes to your mind that was a big insight from your challenges. And I'll give you an example. For me, it was trust. There was a lot of transformation, a lot of change that was going on. And for me, usually I would rely on myself. People call me the magnificent manifesting master, which is really awesome because I can, really easily co-create things. But last year, it was like the legs were taken out of me and I really had to trust God. If you don't believe in God, trust the goodness of the universe, trust love, trust light, whatever it is that you believe is a power greater than yourself that puts up the sun and the moon every day, okay? That thing, I call it God. You can call it good. And so when I was realizing that every single challenge that I experienced was an opportunity for me to trust. So what I want you to do is when you review your life, and you're going to review it not just on this call, you're going to take some time after this call. I'm going to invite you as your coach to do a little bit of growth work. So you're going to journal, you're going to write down what were the top 3 most challenging things that happened to you, and what were the opportunities for you to grow and expand. And finally, what did that teach you? So, for me, I had an opportunity to shift from being a professor to being a consultant. So as a marketing consultant, that was a new and wonderful thing, but I hadn't done it before. So it was an exciting challenge for me. So that was an opportunity to trust that I knew what I knew. There was also opportunities in the area of my health, where I had opportunities to trust that there was a higher power that was guiding and leading and lighting the way before me. And that became a daily practice to trust even more. So I know you're going to discover a lot, but the key is, this is super key for you to manifest your intentions for 2015. It's like if I was your trainer at the gym, and if I didn't say, clean out the cookies and the crackers and the carbs from the cabinets, so when we hit the gym, it's going to make a difference. I could tell you all the things to do to manifest, but until we clean out the guilt, the fear, and the shame, which is equivalent to the cookies and the crackers and the carbs, you're going to be building muscle on top of fat. And that's no fun, right? So I want you to slim down. It's about being lean and mean in 2015. And when I say slim down, it's by letting go. So I'm going to invite you to create a let go list. I know many of you have to-do lists. You may have even already wrote out your goal list. I'm not sure. Some of you may have done that already. But what I'm going to invite you is to right now, in fact, get out a pen and paper, or if you have a computer or iPhone, whatever you want to write with, crayon, marker, I don't care. I want you to write down 5 energy zappers that you are now going to let go of. And I'll give you an example. For me, letting go of anxiety, letting go of worry, letting go of caring what other people think, letting go with playing it safe, letting go of control, and letting go of doubt. Those are my 5. Now, take a moment, write down your 5. 5 things that we're letting go of. La, 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 la. So I want you to be quick. First answer, best answer. Don't think about it. The more we think about it, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this in our lesson for today, the more you think, you're going to left brain and you're thinking logically, what should I let go of and what could I have let go of? And before you know it, ego comes in, who's not your amigo, and is going to be talking to you about what you should have and could have and would have done. No, letting go of that. That's the first thing you put on your list. Let go of listening to that voice of ego, which is edging God out or edging good out, okay? So when we hear that voice, we're going to acknowledge it. Thank you for sharing the Suffer and Sacrifice program. But now I'm on the Ease and Grace program. Deborah invited me and I said yes. Okay? I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, you're gonna sound crazy, but when you're happy and joyful and manifesting, you're gonna be like, if this is crazy, I love it, right? Okay? So what you want to do, or what I invite you to do, is to go from the space of your right brain. It's your intuition. It's not something that you think about. It's something that when you breathe, you relax. This is why I do so much yoga. And you breathe into that answer. It informs you. So rather than uploading what the answer should be, like you did in school, you're downloading from the divine what the actual answer is. Do you see the difference? Okay, so we're gonna clear the screen. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna do it again. Cross out your old let go list. You're gonna do it again from your place of intuition, from your place of absolute grace. Ready? And go. First answer, best answer. You're gonna have 10 seconds. Ready, go. 5 things, let go. Boom, 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 boom. Beep. Okay, excellent. So if anybody is actually with me on Facebook, you can write down what, I'm gonna write the question on Facebook. What are the 5 things you are letting go of? And just respond. I'm going to make it so that only my friends can see it. So don't worry, you're not going to say it to the world, but I just want to see if any of you would like to share. So I wrote down the question. What are the 5 things that you're letting go of? And this is going to be powerful because, like I said, you can't get that 6-pack abs when you still have all of the cookies and crackers in your cabinets. So by our letting go of the junk in our trunk, which is those negative thoughts, sabotaging behaviors, lower emotions, we can move forward powerfully. So I'm going to see if anybody wants to share. I think Zomara might be tuning in with hers. And now we are going to go on to the next thing if no one would like to share. But, you know, I do want to hear from you. So if for some reason you want to share publicly, inbox me privately, because there's power in speaking it out loud. There really is. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the co-creation process. So it's not going to be as easy as just writing the let go list. There's going to be some growth work that I'm going to give you that you're going to continue to practice each and every day, because even though nobody's perfect, we are practitioners in life. I'm an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner, and you are a practitioner of your own life, of new thought, of personal growth, of professional expansion. So as a practitioner, we do things on a daily basis, not as a discipline, as my mentor, Dr. Michael Beckwith says, as a blissipline. So we enjoy getting to do a let go list. We enjoy taking time to be still and downloading. We enjoy meditating. We enjoy playing out and exercising. So now let's talk about the co-creation process. One of the things that I'm doing this month is I'm hosting a series of vision board play shops. If you are at all in the Southern California area, I invite you to participate. If you go to deborahderas.com and click calendar, You can see the dates. January 24th is exclusive in LA with wine and lots of fun things, but I'm also doing one in Long Beach, one in San Diego, one in Santa Barbara, and hopefully a city near you soon. So that will be a way that we're going to anchor everything that we're talking about here in person. So be sure you sign up for that. So when we talk about co-creating our 2015, it is so important that we focus on our thoughts, our words, and our emotions, okay? Thoughts, words, and emotions. The reason why this is so important, and you can read any spiritual book. This morning I was listening to The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Very amazing book. I have it on Audible. It's an app you can get on your phone or your tablet, and for $14.99 a month, you download a new book, and you can listen to it while you're working, while you're driving. So powerful to have these transformational teachings. In the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, it talks about how our mind works. And basically, our conscious mind, what we're aware of, it's like the captain of the ship. Whatever the captain of the ship says, everyone on the ship, which we'll call the subconscious mind, the workers, will listen to and obey. And it's absolutely neutral. It doesn't care if you're saying something that's negative or something that's positive, something that's good for you or something that's bad for you. If you say, I don't have enough money to go to that, if you're the captain, the subconscious mind will say, there's not enough money. And whatever we focus on expands. This is both quantum physics and just pure science. Matter is energy. And when matter heats up, it expands. And when we're excited and passionate about something, which I often am, this is why I'm a master manifester, trick number one. Because I'm excited and passionate about things, I'm also grateful. Things come into my lap because I'm receptive to them. It's when we are in a place of not appreciating, of fear, worry, lack, that we're programming from the captain ship to the subconscious workers, lack, limitation. And because whatever we focus on expands, we're expanding all the possibilities of lack and limitation. This is basic new thought, ancient wisdom, science of mind 101, right? It says it in every book you could read. It says it in the Bible. It says it in the Course in Miracles. It says it in the Power of Now. It says it in the Four Agreements. It says it in every spiritual text you can read, okay? And so as we think about our thoughts, it's really important that we're mindful, that we're compassionate observers, Wayne Dyer says. So instead of judging, oh, there I went to have a negative thought, that doesn't serve us. It keeps us stuck, it keeps us limited, and it keeps us in the mud. You ever feel like a stick in the mud? Well, you are a stick in the mud when you are in the negative thoughts. So how do we get our thoughts to be that of a positive, optimistic person? One of the things that I do, this is a little tool for you to have your thoughts be at the optimistic level, is in addition to my let go list, which clears out to begin with before you even have a problem. That's why you clear out your candy and your cookies to begin with, right? Clear out your negative thoughts to begin with. But number two is I have a happiness chart. I actually, for a long time when I was going through a bout of depression, believe it or not, I had it again across from my bed because I wanted to just sleep and stay in bed because chemically my brain was not happy, didn't have enough of the happy hormones, dopamine, endorphin, serotonin that it needed. So it was trying to take me down. But what I did, the antidote, besides meditation, which is my medication, is the happiness list. And for everyone, it's going to be different. For me, my happiness list included dancing. It included kissing. It included exercise. It included being outside. It included being with great friends and so many other wonderful things, right? So you can decide what is on your happiness list. But right now, let's take a moment, again, to download 3 things that you're going to put on your happiness list. Just take a moment, write 3 things. Like a room without a roof, 'cause I'm happy. That's what I wanna do. Okay, happy. I was singing a happy song to you in a very low tone. So, happy. You have 3 things? Okay, so my challenge to you is to take one of those things from your happy list and proactively practice it on a daily basis as part of your discipline. So we're not going to wait till we have a big goal or a big interview or big thing that we're trying to manifest. What we're doing is we're strengthening our consciousness. People used to say to me, I love you, you have such high consciousness. And I was like, what is that? And then I realized consciousness is a culmination of all of your thoughts. So when we have high consciousness, because every thought has a vibration or a calibration, you can read about this in the book Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins. We literally, certain people are energy vampires. We feel down, and certain people, certain shows, certain activities bring us up. So once you install your positive endorphin boosters, serotonin boosters, dopamine boosters into your life, you will have reserves. So when you need it in a situation of stress, and there's both positive stress like weddings and negative stress, in your life, like unexpected, unfortunate things, right? Actually, I believe everything's in divine order. So even some of those unfortunate things are our greatest lessons. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So having the happiness program installed, you are going to have the practices on a daily basis that when you need the extra, when you're stressed, you can pull it out. It's like having a savings account connected to your checking account, so you never go on overdraft. You never go on negative. We go on negative with our mental state when we don't have reserves. So what we're going to do is we are going to have an overflow. Don't we want to have an overflow of happiness, an overflow of abundance, an overflow of love, an overflow of joy, overflow of passion, ecstasy, bliss? I can go on and on, right? That sounds good. When we say that, we start to get, what? Happy. But when we think about all the fear and lack and limitation, one way I particularly I let go of TV last year. I've let go of TV many times. I don't know why I take it back. I think it's because the cable company has a contract with me. That's why I take it back. But, I choose to watch shows, and I watch so little shows, just a couple shows just to help me with my television presence, and that's about it. And then I spend the rest of my time reading. So, okay. So the other thing besides our thoughts that we're going to be compassionate observers of, every time we go to the place of lack limitation, we're going to say, oops, I'm not on that program. No judgment, just like, oops. Like if a little 3-year-old made a mistake, you wouldn't yell at them. You would just say, oops, and redirect. So that's what you're going to do. Oops, redirect, back on track, into alignment, and then you're going to choose a thought that supports where you are going. And we're going to talk about where we're going momentarily. But now let's talk about our words. There are many words that we use on a regular basis that cause us to be back in lack and limitation and at a low vibration of consciousness. These words are can't. These words are not. These words are should. These words are could. These words are might. All of these passive words. I remember giving a leadership training at JP Morgan, and it was for women in leadership. And one of the things we recognize, as females particularly, we use a lot of these passive words. I might be able to do that. I hope to be able to do that. Instead of the masculine energy, which we all have as men and women, is I can, I will, I am. And the I am is the affirmation that you want to say. I am powerful. I am available. I am receptive. I'm allowing. I am receiving. I am opening up. I am even more of whatever. I'm even more loving. I'm even more prosperous. I'm even more receptive, whatever that is. I'm giving you great examples of what to replace those negative passive words with. And these words are very receptive. They're very feminine in its energy. Allow, open, receive, accept. Okay? You can also use masculine energies in the positive. I declare, Joel Osteen says, I love. I affirm. I am standing in. So anytime you observe yourself compassionately going to the negative, weak sauce, I'll call them, passive words of lack, limitation, can't, might, maybe, hope, just correct yourself. When I do public speaking, which I often speak, keynote speaking, and I was a professor for 15 years, if I heard myself, even in front of everybody, I would correct myself. And I wouldn't do it like, oops, I made a mistake. I would just, in that moment, pause, and I would say the affirmative. Because you can erase, backspace, delete, and empty the recycle bin and reprogram at any moment and any time. Remember, like I said in the beginning of the call, it's not new year, new you. It's new moment, new you. For some of us, it's new second, new you. Every moment, we have the opportunity to co-create the place that we're coming from. And trust me, the reason I teach this is because I've studied this. The reason I teach this is because I've had so many challenges in my life, so many experiences that I'm gonna put in a book for you that have taught me so much. And what happens in life is these lessons are for our soul to evolve. It's not that we're bad people or that we're unlucky people. It's when we get the lesson, we go to the next grade of class. When we don't get the lesson, we repeat it. And oftentimes we'll have the same boss, the same neighbor, the same boyfriend, the same coworker, the same roommate, over and over and over again until we get to the root cause. And that's some of what I do with my private clients. I do private life coaching, and I also am certified in NLP, which works at the subconscious level, because you may not be even aware of some of the limiting beliefs that you have, and I can help support you through that privately. If you want to work with me, just send me an inbox and I'll let you know how you can do that. But the key is to be mindful of your words. Speak with authority, even if you have to slow down your speech, or even if you have to pause, even if you have to correct yourself. So we're going to be mindful of our thoughts, and we're going to incorporate that happiness list so that we can feel positive. We are going to be mindful of our words by choosing the active words that empower us, letting go of the passive words. And number 3, we're going to be very, very mindful of our emotions. One of the things that really, really helps with emotions is basic self-care, getting enough sleep, eating regularly, getting exercise, right? When we are self-loving and self-caring, we will find we have more energy. I have myself suffered for a few years with insomnia, and I have tried everything to get myself to go to sleep. I now I'm doing melatonin, so that's wonderful. I have a lot of energy, so it's not easy to go to sleep, and I have ideas that are downloading constantly, both from the subconscious, conscious, and superconscious level, which I'll talk to you about later. And so, I realized in order for me the best I could be for you, I needed to really make that a goal. So in 2014, that was one of the goals that I was really focused on, getting myself to sleep. And also, when we eat on a regular basis, one of the things that my coach said to me is you have to set an alarm. You can't go for hours and hours without eating. I know most of my trainers would say, you need to eat every 3 hours and have protein with every meal and eat vegetables and whole foods. And we all know this stuff. But when we think of sleeping for positive energy, eating for positive energy, breathing for positive energy, this is why I started a practice of yoga a few years ago. I wasn't breathing on my own in the slow pace that I wanted to live my life. And I was wondering why my life was so revved up. One reason, because I'm a recovering adrenaline addict. Another reason is because I was pushing myself faster than I needed to go. I found out that when I slowed down, I was able just to be still, listen, hear, get inspired action, and then move. Instead of moving, running, chasing my tail, wondering why I was wasting my time with people that weren't going to take me anywhere or do anything, whether it was personally or professionally. But at least I took responsibility and I realized it was me. I was moving way too fast. And so a lot of people that have known me for years, they're like, wow, you're so much more grounded, you're so much more centered. And it's because of the practices. So I invite you as well to practice. Maybe on Sundays you cook vegetables for the week, so you have that, or you cook protein for the week. Maybe you have a regular habit of putting away technology at a certain time so that you can sleep. Whatever it is that you're going to create in your life, have that. One of the things that I did with my goals for this year is I made 3 main goals, and I made them into post-it notes. I have them right there. I don't know if you can see them. It's career/abundance, health, and love, right? Relationships. So I put every day, so there's the big post-it note, 3 little post-it notes of an inspired action I can take to allow the fulfillment of that intention. And that's what I'm going to invite you to do. Now that we've focused on our thoughts, our words, and keeping our emotions high by self-care and self-love, we can set intentions. So I want you to take a moment to write down your top 3 goals or intentions. An intention is just a way of saying a goal that you intend to achieve. There's no way you cannot achieve it. It's not like I hope to achieve this goal. I'm intending. I set an intention and it is going to be fulfilled. So write down, and you can write down 3 areas, and then we're going to break them down into specifics. So what are the 3 top areas of your life that you're ready to co-create at a higher and bigger level? Ooh, my goodness, I can talk forever. Looking at the time. So it could be career, health, relationships, spirituality, education. Just pick 3. I know we want to do a million things, but that's why resolutions don't work. We can't change 10 things all at the same time, right? Let's just take 3 things at a time. 1 if you want to. Less is more in 2015. Okay, so you have your 3 areas of your life. Now, like you all know, we want to set an intention in an affirmative statement. So what we're going to say your goal is career. You could say, I am now using my talents, skills, and gifts and being paid abundantly to do what I love, making blank per month or more. Ooh, I like that one. Let's keep it. I'm keeping it. I'm taking that. See, I just download things. I don't even know what I say, so that's good. I'm taking it. So once again, we're saying I am, and then we're declaring our intention. And I always like to say, or more, or above, to add the option for abundance. So take a moment, write down 3 intentions. And I'm also going to write it on Facebook. So if you want to comment, what are your intentions? So you want to declare it, and I'm going to write down what I wrote. I actually don't even remember what I said. I have to rewind and look at it. That's why some of us are more visual. That's why we do vision boards to see it. For me, I'm more auditory. I need to say it out loud. And then when I write it, I don't even know what it is. So I decided to record all of my intentions auditorily. So I have a microphone on my phone and I'm recording them. So feel free on my Facebook if you'd like to state what your intentions are. You could just inbox me if you feel more comfortable with that. But I really want to hear from you. What are your intentions for 2015? I am healthy. My body is vital. I exercise and play out every day and eat foods that fuel and energize my body and my spirit. Ooh, that's a good one too. You see, if we just speak it out loud, for me, it's just easier. Or here's an abundance one. I am absolute abundance. Everything I touch turns to gold. I am a money magnet and I am abundant. So these are intentions. Once again, they're different than goals. So we're not saying, a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, smart type of goal, which we will do at my Vision Board Play Shop and you can do on your own. Just for this teleconference, we're just setting intentions. But just so you know, as soon as you download your intention and as soon as it pops to your conscious mind, the subconscious mind, which is your workers on your ship, is going to focus on it. And it's going to show you all the possibilities of co-creating that in your life. That's the purpose of having an intention. If you never were to say it, the subconscious mind wouldn't know to look for it. That's why it's so important to take this moment, to take this time to really say, what is my true heart's desire? If I didn't have any fears or worries or doubts in the world, what would I intend? What would I co-create? What would I allow? So just write down a couple more intentions. Take a moment. Ooh, I wrote one. I put, I'm open to a divine love. Woohoo! Sounds great to me. So now we have our intentions, and I invite you, of course, I'm not your teacher, so it's not homework, but I am going to give you some growth work because I want you to continue on this path. And we will meet, if you like this, for Transformational Tuesday. Every first Tuesday of the month, I'll be doing a call and a video so that if in case you're out of town, you can watch the video afterward, or if you want to listen to the video after the call, feel free. I'm going to be posting up the video that I recorded from this call, which has video and audio, onto my Facebook. So make sure you friend me at facebook.com/Deborah Deras, DeborahDeras, or Twitter at Deborah Deras is the @ at Deborah Deras. Okay, so your intentions. So do any of you feel a little bit warm? I know I get a little sweaty when I pray for people, and I get excited when I think about my intentions, and even more excited when I think about your intentions. Because my life purpose is to be a facilitator of transformation, to spread love and light, to uplift and expand positive energy on this planet. I know that's a mouthful, but basically I'm here to serve you, in short. So when I think about your intentions, it gets me very excited because at some of my vision board play shops, people came there and I remember this one lady wasn't unable to have children. She just decided to put twins on the vision board. Next thing you know, she had twins. Another lady was about to freeze her eggs because her boyfriend and her just did not look like they were gonna ever have kids. After the vision board play shop, she broke up with them. She found the love of her life and she got pregnant. So I just want to warn you that as soon as you have the intention, especially when you anchor it with a vision board, with affirmations, with declarations, with incantations, with meditation, with exercise, with eating healthy, sleeping well, you are just going to put fuel to the fire. You're going to be ignited. And with the support of a group or with a coach or with anybody that you have that's positive in your life, you're going to feel so good and grateful that things are going to happen for you even faster and even easier. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I used to feel guilty. I'm like, oh my God, things just drop on my lap. I remember manifesting my beach house, and I said, I remember going for a jog, and then I said, I'm going to manifest a beach house. And then I got to the end of my 20-minute jog, and I met this guy named Angel, and I had prayed for an angel. And I said, I'm moving to the beach. He's like, where? I'm like, I don't know, but I just put it in the vortex. He's like, well, I'm a property manager. Let me show you a place. And a few months later, I was living at the beach, right on the Venice Boardwalk, on Oceanfront Walk. And all of you have the capacity to intend, affirm, declare, and manifest your visions. You just have to be open to it. So if you follow me on a regular basis, you can also follow me on YouTube, because I'm going to be doing regular videos for you, which is, my YouTube channel is just DeborahDerasLive.com, and click subscribe, and I'll put more videos. So any questions you have, now is the time that I'm going to answer your questions. And you could put your questions, message me on Facebook, or you can, under one of the comments, you can ask one of the questions there, whatever is the most convenient for you. I'm going to check my inbox, see what questions you may have, because really the rest is up to you, how receptive and available you are. All of your intentions are at your fingertips. There's no magic to it. It is absolute science. Thought is energy. And when you're focused on your desire and you are grateful and in a place of expectancy, it will download, it will come to you. So if anybody has any questions, I will answer them for you now, and definitely encourage all of you. So some of the comments that came up before that I want to address on the Let Go list, while you guys are thinking of what questions you have, you can inbox me, message me on Facebook, or you can put a comment. So some of the challenges people mentioned were self-pity. So one of the ways of transcending self-pity, I don't even want to say stopping it, because that energy doesn't help it. One of the ways of transcending self-pity is to be available to be of service. Anytime that I was at a low point, I took on a service opportunity that allowed me to get out of myself. First word in self-pity is self. To get out of self and obsessing about me, Deborah, this, that, what is lacking, and to see other people and what their challenges were. One of the things that I volunteered for was a prayer line. And I realized, you know, here I am thinking I have this challenge, but what about this pregnant mother who's looking for work, right? This woman, she literally had like a 1-month-old and was like, I need to find a job, still like looking pregnant, right? And I was just thinking, wow. It just shifted my self-pity right out the window. So the answer to transcending self-pity is service. Another question that came up that I want to answer is limitations or beliefs that no longer serve our soul. So it's natural for all of us to have limitations. You know, we're human beings, and we're having a spiritual experience being on this planet. And being here in this body, it's dense. It can seem heavy for our soul. It can seem really challenging for us, because our soul, if you've ever been in a dream that was so good you never wanted to wake up, or been in the now and you're kissing, or for me, dancing, you know, I just like transcend time. It happens a lot when I meditate, and I don't want to come out of it because it's so good, right? But when we come out of it and we're in the reality of our lives, sometimes, you know, our soul feels vacant. It feels absent. It's like, is this all there is? So when these limiting beliefs come up, the important thing is to acknowledge them. If we ignore them or try to push them down with fears or addictions of, you know, even, we could be addicted to anything. I don't have to tell you what the addictions can be. Is we do what's called a spiritual bypass. We just don't deal with it, and it just becomes stronger, because whatever we resist persists. But when we acknowledge the limiting beliefs, when we acknowledge, oh, I haven't been trusting of God. I'll just speak for myself. Oh, I've had a fear about driving, right? Whatever limiting beliefs we have, when we acknowledge them and ask for divine guidance to transcend them, we can get the empowering affirmation and statement to move forward. So instead of saying, you know, I used to say when I was driving, a limiting belief, everyone's trying to hit me. And my hypnotherapist said, everyone isn't trying to hit you. Your perception is that because of the 15 car accidents you had, but that's not the reality. So it's acknowledging the limitation, the limiting belief, and the false perception, acknowledging the reality, and affirming your intention. My intention is that I drive with ease and grace, that I am in a divine protective field, that wherever I go, I am safe. And then I state the intention. And love is always stronger than fear. If you've ever read anything by Marianne Williamson or The Course in Miracles or Don Miguel Ruiz or any of those spiritual masters, you will realize that. Okay, another question we have is, how can I, as a busy mother, find time for meditation, or what kind of meditation is good? So one of the meditations that I love, and I'm going to write it down on my comment here, is the Gayatri Mantra by Deva Premal. And you can find this on YouTube. What I do is sometimes when I'm very busy, and I'm not a mother, but I'm a busy person, is I'll do a makeup meditation. So I will play the Gayatri Mantra while I'm putting on my makeup, and I make my makeup a meditation. So I'm just like going like this, and I'm chanting, and I'm breathing, and I'm relaxing. So the part of you that's the busy mother, that's like there's things to do, we can't even take a moment, right? Or say you're such a busy mother, you don't even have time to put on makeup. I know many mothers, like my stepsisters, don't even have time to go to the bathroom or take a shower. When you are taking a shower, you could do a meditation. You can put on the Gayatri Mantra, or Anugama is a wonderful station you could put on Pandora or YouTube. It's a Native American chant and song, and do that and make your washing the dishes, make your showering. Meditation means mindfulness. If those of you that aren't aware, I have created a CD last year called Meditation for Success. And these meditations are only 7 minutes long. You can go to deborahderas.com and click on meditation, and you can get that CD. It'll literally download to you. I think it's like $11 or something like that. And you can get it right now and have it at your computer. And then you can listen to it anytime except when driving. I would not put that on when driving. Okay, let's see. One more question, comment, and then we are going to, I'm going to make a couple announcements. Oh, you're welcome. Love to you. Love, 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 Jackie. So another question that came up was a limiting belief of equating material clutter with security. This is such a good one. Over the holidays, I had a bug infestation, okay? Like every bug you could ever imagine. I was being bitten by spiders, there were termites, there was pincher bugs. I was bugging out completely. And, you know, in the midst of going berserk, because I was like scratching and bleeding and just thinking bugs, I asked myself, what is the lesson? This is what I encourage you to do. In every challenging situation, you're going to rise above the lower level, which wants to go to fear and panic and be a drama queen, Janine, like I often am. But I'll ask myself, what is the lesson? And the lesson for me in that bugging out experience was to release clutter, was to let go of a lot of material possessions. From, I had so many books, I had so many clothes, I had shoes, papers, just things that I just was holding up energy. I can't tell you all of the blessings that started coming to me, that when I let go of that stuff, just the feng shui or whatever you want to call it, the energy in my home, which is also my office sometimes, became so, it just circulated better. Just think logically. When you have less stuff, there's more air circulating. And when there's more air circulating, you are more productive and you're able to achieve your goals and be more prosperous. So as we can equate letting go, material clutter or mental clutter with security and abundance, we're going to find that we are in so much more alignment with our goals and our visions. So speaking of that, I can't believe I can talk. I'm like, how am I ever going to be able to speak for 50 minutes on this call? But I forget I'm a speaker. I forget because I'm totally a channel. I pray before every speaking engagement, and I just let God speak through me. So I never know what I'm going to say or what's going to come out. So this was just as fun for me as it was for you, hopefully. I do want to make some announcements about the vision board play shops that are coming up. For those of you in the Southern California area, if you go on my Facebook, you'll see a calendar. There are January 16th, January 17th, San Diego, January 21st in Los Angeles, which is going to be an intimate one at my home with wine. It's going to be amazing. You're cordially invited. January 27th with the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce, women's business. You don't have to be a member of the chamber. Definitely come out. That's a Wednesday evening. The 31st, we're going to be in beautiful Santa Barbara. And all of this you can find on my website, deborahderas.com. And I'm also having an early bird special, so when you bring a friend, you get a discount. And if for some reason you're out of Southern California and you would like to have one with you, I definitely can talk about coming out to see you. I'm going to be doing one in Houston, Texas, another one in Miami, Florida. And I can also do a virtual vision board play shop where we do it via Google Hangout, and you join by watching online, and you can even interact online. That'll be fun. So I hope you can participate in that. No, correct myself. I don't hope. I invite you and I welcome you. See that? See how I course correct? So you can reframe just like that. That's a lesson that you've learned. Okay, so now the other thing I want to mention is I'm going to be starting my Power of Synergy Mastermind group. And Mastermind is when two or more are gathered and you have a vision that you're holding for each other. This was first mentioned in the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's been the only way that I've achieved my big projects. That's how I was able to write my book. That's how I was able to put on the Global Latino Summit. That's how I was able to create my meditation CD. Everything that I've done that was a big project, it came out of having a mastermind group to support me to stay accountable. I'm going to have two groups. One group that's for personal growth and development, work-life balance, for mommies out there, working mothers and professionals. And then I'm going to have another group that is focused on technology to grow your business. So as you can see, I love technology. I'm a Googlera, so I Google. I love everything, YouTube, everything tech. And so I'm going to train you on how to use Google Plus for business, on how to use Google Plus for your brand, on how to use Google Plus to make money, on how to use Google Hangouts, on how to use YouTube, on how to create videos, how to have so much fun using technology and to be able to create passive income as well as active income. Is that good or good? That is super good, because I know a lot of you see me on Facebook and you see all the travels, and that's because of technology. If it wasn't for technology, I would not have been able to see all the places and do all the things that I was able to do last year, because it was online and it was very easy, I must tell you. Sometimes I feel guilty because I'm human, because some things are so easy, but what's easy for me, you may not know. So I want to be able to teach you. And both of these groups are starting in February. So make sure you check that out. You could go to www.powerofsynergymastermind.com. And all of the information is always, on my Facebook. Stay in touch with me, Deborah Deras. I want to hear what your topic that you want for February. I'm thinking something around love and relationships, since it's Valentine's Day month, but I'm open for your suggestions. And also, I'd love to have some guest speakers sometime. So if any of you have any recommendations or are interested in speaking yourself, love to have you. I'm not even looking at myself anymore. I was looking at the Facebook. Oh, well, hi, here I am back. So I really appreciate your taking out this time for Transformational Tuesday, because the energy is palatable, and it really is two or more are gathered. I said, as long as one person agrees to do this call, I will do it. And I know that hundreds and thousands are going to benefit from practicing. So now comes your assignment, right? So your growth work, I've got it here. I'm going to give you your assignment. So number one, your assignment is to be mindful of your thoughts. Every time you notice yourself coming up with a story You know, there's his story, well, there's her story too, right? So every time you come up with a story, I want you to write it down. Maybe write it on a Post-it note, just maybe a couple words, like a title. If the story that you were telling is a title of a book, would it be a drama? Would it be a comedy? Would it be a romantic novel? What is it going to be? So I just want you to write it down, because what we're aware of, we can transform. So you're just going to bring it up to your awareness. And you may notice, if you do this on a regular daily basis, that there's certain themes. There might be a theme of not good enough. There might be a theme of not worthy. And this is your opportunity to bring those limiting beliefs that are running at the subconscious mind in the back to the top of the conscious mind, so that you can transmute the energy. And if you need help with that, like I said, I do individual private coaching as well as the groups. So you are welcome to call me and contact me for that. Okay, number 2, I want you, no, I don't want you, I'm inviting you to be selective with your words. See, I'm modeling. So be selective with your words. Anytime you say a word like want, which equals lack, cross it out, delete it, put it in the recycle bin, and choose a different word. I intend, I declare, I am open, I am receptive. And it's okay, even if people think you're crazy, trust me, when you start increasing your income, when you start having better relationships, when you start having better health and more peace, who cares what people think? Really, you will not care. Okay, so number 2, you're gonna be selective with your words. Number 3, I invite you to use your happiness list and your let go list to keep your emotions high. So I often say to people, stay in the vortex. I'm in the vortex. So like, what is the vortex? It's a state of being in alignment with gratitude and love. And when you're in a state of alignment with gratitude and love, the highest vibration that Dr. Masaru Emoto writes about in Messages in the Water, since we're 80% water, the more we are embodying that emotion of love and gratitude, the easier and more graceful it will be to manifest our intentions and desires. And we all are committed to success with ease and grace. Yes? Yes, yes, yes? Okay, I hear you saying yes. So that's your growth work. I don't want to give you any more growth work, but I would like you to message me your intentions, write down your 3 intentions, put it in a little Facebook message and let me know. Also, let me know what you would like as a topic for February. I really, really appreciate your participating in the first ever Transformational Tuesday. I had the idea downloaded to me in December, and then the year started, and I was like, let's do it. So this is an example of putting an intention into reality. This call and your participation on it is the example. And if I can do it, you absolutely can, because you would not be connected with me right now unless we're on the same vibrational frequency. It's like you can't listen to rock music if you're on the classical channel. You can't be connected with love and joy unless you're on love and joy. So, bienvenidos a K-Love Radio Amor. Okay, it's my Spanish for you. Welcome to K-Love, I'll love all the time. My alarm is telling me it's time to go to the gym. So I'm gonna leave, not to work out, but to play out. And I look forward to seeing you online and in person at the Vision Board Play Shops. I really appreciate you. I love you. I thank you. And I am praying and blessing all of your intentions. Until the next time we meet, namaste, and I will see you online. Ciao.